Welcome back to Rauscher Racing Weekly. Past weekend, we ran a points race 1 at Cycleland, and it wasn't the greatest weekend for everybody, I don't think.
Right. No, I think we more or less tried to run the first points race for my boys. They, I don't know, their setups, I guess, were way off. I think that they've learned now that more time is needed spent in the shop. Instead of on video games if they want to do this.
Yeah.
So for me, I was a little disappointed, if not on the verge of a little bit embarrassed by the performance that we put out after the way Evan ran it at Red Bluff the second half of the season. So it was a real shot in the shorts that we need to get our act together. So
yeah, Evan did put on a heck of a show at Red Bluff, so right. I was hoping a little more for him for this weekend.
Right. My big thing, I keep going in thinking, man, we're going to qualify well, and we put on our cleats, and then we step on ourselves, and we've never qualified good. So it's not really fair to even say that we're stepping on ourselves, but it's just, they just don't qualify well. So
yeah. Well, Brent's in the same boat. We've had struggles with qualifying. He actually qualified 12th this weekend, I believe. And then he pulled a stupid move on his part and missed the heat race.
Right. Yeah, we were sitting up in the stands, and we're looking around. We're going, where's Brent? Yeah. I don't see Brent. Uh-oh.
He was too busy standing next to his car.
Yeah, live and learn. I guess everybody learned lessons this weekend. So
yeah, we tend to do it at least once a year at Cycleland.
Yeah, Evan's been there. Evan's done it at Red Bluff. He missed a heat race because he was too busy doing whatever it was he was doing instead of getting in his car.
Yeah.
So,
but Brent started 21st, dead last at the back of the pack. So missing the crashes, and he actually passed quite a bit of cars, even without them crashing, which I was pretty happy with.
Right. Yes, he did race past cars, not just take advantage of the one spinning. You'll see when you watch the videos, if you see other cars other than just our boys, there's a lot of cars out there that don't pass anybody unless they're stopped on the track or involved in a wreck. It's the only way they pass cars. So, it's hard to get past them, but Brent did a very good job, I thought, starting dead last and working his way up through the field. And he made good moves. A little indecisive on the restarts, getting into turn one, trying to figure out, should I go low, should I go high? And you could actually see the wheels cutting back and forth.
Yeah.
And then he'd tend to follow the guy instead of,
just commit and go top or bottom.
Right. With him being young, he needs to realize that, hey, I'm starting on the top side. I need to keep my foot in it and just bonsai against the boards,
So, and for Brent, we enlisted John Michael Bunch's help to help coach him along. Maybe somebody with another influence on Brent that maybe he doesn't want to listen to me or whatever, Dad, that type of deal. So,
right. Oh yeah, no, I get it. My boys are the same way. There's times I'm like, you need to go find somebody else's help if you don't want to listen to me.
Yep. So
nobody know. Mom and Dad don't know as much as everybody else seems to.
Exactly.
To your own kids. So, but I think that's everybody across the board. We were the same way when we were little.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure of it. I put money on it. So,
so we enlisted him and his entire family. Really took Brennan with open arms. His car and Stan were over at their pit the entire night.
Right.
And I think the way John talked to him, and he looked over his car and, well, I'm gonna tweak on this and that, and did some stuff and did some more stuff when we weren't even there.
Right.
So I think he was happy with the way his car drove. So we'll give it another shot this weekend and see what happens.
He was competitive. Just think if he didn't have to pass the bottom half of the field where we would have been.
Yeah, and that's exactly what John asked him when he got out of his car. He goes, now where do you think you could have been if you wouldn't have missed the heat race?
Right.
So
right.
Hopefully this week will be better.
Yeah, hopefully we can turn it around. I know my boys they're on spring break right now from their school, so they spent all yesterday out here in the garage on the scales. And they tweaked and they turned and they moved the axle up and down. They put fuel in and out to see what it does to their numbers. Because it's hard. You can set a car up perfect, but when you run 5 laps, with the 500s, they burn so much fuel in 5 laps, your cross is off. It's different than what you started with, and the car starts acting different. So they went way down on their cross weight this week, which is supposed to loosen you up when you have a lower cross. So we'll see. Blake said he was already loose, and now he should be even looser. So, but
that might not be a good thing,
right? Well, I imagine we'll find out in wheel pack if he's a little too loose. But so yeah, we'll get re-geared and get things ready to go for next weekend. Hopefully, Blake and Evan at least have a better show. You know, Brent, like I said, Brent did good for his first race out this year at Cycleland. So
yep, I was happy for him. So
yeah, nowhere to go up but from here. So
yep, upwards we go. I hope.
Yep.
Welcome back, race fans. I'm Blake Rauscher, driver of the 3R, and today, Saturday, April 3rd, we are here at Cycleland Speedway near Chico, California, and it's the opening night of our summer series. I think there's 21 races this season, and I know we have a few weekends back to back where we just keep going racing, and yeah, so first night, I don't even know what to expect really because it's been a while. Hopefully we can knock the rust off here. This is my favorite track, I guess you could say, like my more personal best track, where I like to come run, not like Red Bluff. I'm not really good there. It's more open, more racy, I feel like. Well, like Red Bluff, like close slide drop, I feel like here, like the high side more runnable, like there's a cushion, stuff that forms. It's just more my better track, I think. But yeah, so hopefully we go out there tonight and just do good, hopefully, for the first race back. I know we've been doing a little bit more winter racing than we have before in the past, so hopefully I can go out there and just get it done, get finished good, make the A main. That's all I'm really expecting, hopefully. But yeah, so hopefully tonight's just a really good night. was it was a tad bit loose on the bottom.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
Your mother moved block back. That's where we ran last week, and we were decent here last week.
Yeah. Oh,
So I would move that block back. That'll tighten you up getting in. Froze up. There's gonna be a master link in there too. Don't lose it. It's gonna be over here. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Can you hold that up? You're probably gonna get wheelie.
Oh my god, everything's going.
Hold on the side. Get that right there.
Yeah.
Wherever the world may take you, choose Christensen Automotive.
Welcome back to Mom's Corner. I'm Samantha Rauscher.
And I'm Kim Rauscher.
And this week we just wrapped up Cycleland Points Race 1. Cycleland's just a different... I feel like I can breathe at Cycleland, so I enjoy to be at Cycleland. I mean, it's same motor, same class. I don't know, it's just a different atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. It's a more open track, so you can breathe. So they have the longer straightaways. I don't know. I feel like the crashes aren't as frequent, but I guess they can be as worse. I don't know, but it is a different atmosphere there. So I do like Cycleland.
It's almost as, the size gives them as drivers a little bit of time to decide. Where Red Bluff, it's just you're on. If a crash is happening, they're on it. There's no, oh, I see that and I'm going to adjust my line. They don't have that kind of time at Red Bluff, and the concrete walls, and there's just some different things at Red Bluff that make it hard to breathe as a mom. This week, new season, new cars, that also brought new drivers into different classes. There are always drivers moving. Brent is not going to move for a few years, but within his class, other drivers are going to start coming out of those lower divisions and graduating up into 250. Cycleland is kind of a good place to get a new 250 driver comfortable. It again has that space. Learning 250 can be quite a curve when you're coming out of what we call like box stock, beginner box, that smaller class where they're not clutching and they're not worried about motor temperature. They're just worried about driving. And I think that's a little bit nerve-wracking. It's just those adjustments, those new things. I mean, they're learning and the things are going to happen. So
you can definitely see especially in Brent's class, the 250 class, because they are coming up from box stock where they can just hold it out, and they crash into each other all the time. There's a huge number of cars on the track. And so you can always tell them they're always going a lot slower. It's just learning to maneuver around them. Whereas in the open class, they kind of have that intermediate open class that Evan and Blake were in the Nationals. So they kind of have that step up. They don't have to just jump right in with the big dogs. They can kind of to go there before they go up into the bigger division.
And I would say the 250 is kind of that first big division and that first big launch off, and so that's a piece. You guys do see that Evan at Cycleland does run the open class that is different than what he has been running at Nationals in the OI, and that's strictly due to rules and just some choices that as a team has been made. OI was comfortable and the good for Red Bluff. He does hold his own and does very well in the opens. I think the youngest kid in the opens I saw this week was 12 or 13, all the way up to, they're in their early 40s. So that class is really the mixture, but he's comfortable in it, and he feels that he can do just as good as the young ones or the old ones. So
yeah, he likes the opens at Cycleland. He didn't have the choice at Red Bluff because he was right at that age limit. So next year, Evan can actually, if he wants to, run the open division at Red Bluff. But he does like the open class. That was a big decision last year when they decided to run, do I do OI, do I do open? This year he wanted to do both OI and open. Not happening.
Yeah, it's just two classes is hard on the person, on equipment, on the team. Committing to two classes in the morning, so it sounds really great at 8 o'clock in the morning and you cut the check and you're good to go. Well, in whatever division is first, you hurt yourself or you hurt your car while you're thrashing, and you've got like not an hour between what a heat race and a main is, but maybe 20 minutes because mains are back to back. And so if you're going to use the same car or the same equipment, that is very difficult to do. And I think on the drivers, it's hard to just have that stamina. Some people do it. We're seeing a lot of double duty right now, either 250 and OI or OI to 500, where they're in their competitive class, but they're wanting to branch into that next one. And so they're running some double duty to kind of feel it out, I would say.
Yeah, and some people, like obviously the 250 and the open or the OI class, they have two different cars. It's a lot different when you're running the same car in two different classes. So it's not like you have one waiting down there on the infield for you where you can just go get ready and get in the car. You have your same car. So I think it's a lot of wear and tear on your equipment, you know?
I think I was happy to be in some warmth. It was in the mid 70s or early 70s for a little bit. The evening was cool, but it is still spring, so it's a blessing to be warm and just kind of be comfortable at a racetrack. Cycleland is a track that at some point we melt and feel like not even ice could cool us down. But
I'd better enjoy it, because here in about 2 weeks it's all done.
Yeah. But this weekend overall was a pretty nice weekend. The boys had some struggles, but I think that they are struggles that we can get through. Nothing was too damaged or, too crazy.
Yeah, I think that they definitely just needed to work on the setup of the cars. So as soon as we get that all tweaked out, I think they'll be set to go. I think the only thing hurt was, their feelings or their egos. So...
And Brent did, really well. 21st to 9th. He's riding it high this week, and he feels good and ready to go into next week. So that comes in waves. Not all of our drivers are going to feel good the same day, and it's hard to take in, but it's just kind of racing, especially with Blake and Evan in the same class. Somebody's going to finish higher. I mean, there's no finishing the same. So I think it is kind of what it is in that aspect.
Oh yeah, we just always hope for different heat races or different sessions. It never fails.
Yeah.
When we're in the same class, we're in the same race. So it doesn't matter. There can be 500 cars on the track. We are in the same heat race.
Yep. Tune in every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on CSTV, Brent Rauscher Motorsports YouTube, or Rauscher Racing's Facebook page.